Hello, today is March 22nd, a little update. Today we're going to be talking about how to navigate this world in a coronavirus setting. In other words, we know that you need to live your life. We know that people are doing a fantastic job of staying home, limiting their exposure, only going out from what they need. And I really want to say thank you. It's been an extraordinary effort by everybody around this country. But we know that you need to go out. You need to do stuff. So a couple things. This is going to be real short. What can we do to minimize contamination? And what I mean is contamination mainly with our fingers again. So here's a couple of things. We're all aware that if you go out, there's usually, wipes by, shopping carts and things like that. People, if they have availability to their hand sanitizer, we can use that. But there's a lot of opportunities that are missed where we can inadvertently contaminate ourselves. And so I'm going to talk about things that we absolutely have to touch with our hands. So things like door handles. Hopefully people have seen the hand washing video, so I'm not going to go over that. If not, refer back to my previous video or the Johns Hopkins hand washing video. It's about a minute and a half. But let's talk about door handles. So how do we deal with door handles? I saw a person this past week who was washing their hands perfectly. We were discussing about hand hygiene, and even at home, they're doing a much better job of paying attention. Used a paper towel to deal with the faucet at the end. It was beautiful, but was talking to me and didn't even pay attention to opening up a door right after washing their hands. And I brought up that, hey, what about that? So, one of the things I want to stress is take that towel, take that paper towel, or if you need to use something else in the bathroom like that, and when you're done with the faucet, use that to open up a door handle if it's not an automatic door or one that you can push through with, like, say, your elbows. That reminds me, probably not a good idea to use the air blowers at this point. That just creates micro droplets and aerosolization. I wouldn't do it. So that's tip one. Tip two is, and I realize this, and maybe this is because of my profession, I rarely touch things with the pulps of my fingertips. Say things like light switches. I tend to use the outside of my knuckle or like a karate chop up. It's just a habit. The other thing is buttons. A lot of times we have buttons for lights or for elevators or for what have you. I tend to use my knuckle or my elbow. Just something. The other thing is it's still cold in a lot of the country. If you have a jacket on or long sleeves, you can always just pull down, and that's one way to open up door handles, especially lever door handles. Twisty knobs, tough to deal with. Sorry, I don't have a wonderful way. A lot of the ways are kind of awkward to open that without touching things. Sometimes you can maybe use like the web of your thumb and your index finger. But anyway, these are just a couple more thoughts. They may seem very commonplace and common sense. However, it's amazing how much we don't even adhere to those simple things. So if we get into the conscious mind and the conscious habit of doing these things, my hope is that this becomes a habit and you actually are more aware when we're not in the middle of a crisis. So thank you for watching, and I'll try to do more updates in the future.